morning, everybody. It's good to see you. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. We're going to get going right away into our mat class. So have your props handy. Got your block, your strap, maybe a bolster or a nice couch cushion here. Have that all available to you in case you want to use it during class. All right, so let's get started by warming up, coming up onto tabletop position. Hands directly underneath your shoulder heads, knees underneath your hip points, and just gently let those hips sway from one side to the other. All right? Now we're going to come back to neutral here. And we're just going to round that spine, right? And then drop the belly. Let the belly sink towards the floor. Lift that heart center. Lift the chin. Take a beautiful breath. And reverse. Drop the chin to the chest. Tuck that tail. Good. In. Once again, let the belly sink. Sit bones lift. In. Walk the gaze up the front wall, lifting the chin. I hope you take a beautiful breath here. And let's release. Come back to center. And once again, just let those hips sway. All right. And coming back to tabletop, we're going to take that left hand, rotate the thumb out. Right? And if you still haven't felt a stretch yet, maybe start to bend that left elbow a little bit. And hopefully you start to feel that stretch a little bit through the forearm here. And release, give it a good shake. And let's do the other side. Rotate your right thumb out. Right? And then bend that right elbow just a little. Good. Take a beautiful breath. And release. Now, I know from taking lots of walks, I hope you've been able to get out and get some walks and fresh air. My feet have been sore. So we just want to stretch out the arches of the feet. If they're still bothering you, I've had a golf ball handy or maybe a soft version of a golf ball, like one of those rubber balls. Just roll out your feet a little bit to let those muscles of your feet get a little love, right? All right, so let's gently draw our knees behind our hips, coming into that plank position or modified plank. Reach through that crown, just take a gorgeous breath. And exhale, we're going to lower down chaturanga. Extend our arms out and drop our chin towards our chest. Just take a beautiful breath. Good. Swim our hands behind us. Press through the face of the feet. Lift that heart. Good. Inhale, breathe. Good. Slide our elbows underneath our shoulder heads. Loop the shoulder blades back and down. Lift the chin, sphinx. Good. Release. And draw your hips back towards your heels for child's pose. Take a beautiful breath. Exhale it out. Good. Slide those hands underneath shoulder heads. Gently press it up and lift those shoulders. All right. Inhale, both arms lift tall. Exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. Press those hands out in front. Rotate those thumbs out. Good. Release, give it a good shake. Press your hands right back out again, stop sign hands, and then point your fingertips down towards the floor. And puppy dog pause and just wiggle out those fingers. Good. Right, we're going to come back down to the floor. Walk your hands forward, knees up, or excuse me, heels up. If you like modified plank or come into full plank, let's take a beautiful breath. Let's lower down chaturanga. Good, extend those arms forward. Tuck the chin to the chest. Good, press down through the face of the feet, swing your hands back. Maybe hook the thumbs, press the palms up to the ceiling, or grab your strap here. Good, one more breath. Excellent, and send it back, child's pose. Beautiful breath. Great job, slide those hands underneath shoulder heads, come on up, loop the shoulders. Inhale, both arms sweep. Hook our thumbs, wiggle out all 8 digits, hinge to the right. Bring it back to center, hinge left. Good, bring it back to center, cactus elbows. Lift that gaze, right? And hands come back down to the floor. Walking forward, plank, modified plank, take a gorgeous breath. And lower down chaturanga. Good. Press down through the face of the feet. Swim your hands forward. Tuck your chin to your chest. And lift up. Maybe both feet. Maybe keep the feet pressing down into the floor. Hands swim back with the thumbs. Loop the shoulders. Press the palms. Good. Another breath. Excellent. Release. Send your sit bones back to your heels for child's pose. And take a beautiful breath. Slide those hands underneath shoulder heads and loop those shoulders back and down. Good. We're going to shift our weight into our right leg. Send our left leg forward, right? Bending that left knee, sending that knee right directly on top of that left heel. Coming into a nice low lunge. Take a beautiful breath. Exhale it out. One more breath. Excellent. And let's release. Bring that left foot back. Send your right leg forward. Bend that left knee. Good. Beautiful breath. And send that right foot back. All right. Now, back walking into tabletop or plank, excuse me. Modified plank. Take a beautiful breath. Let's lower down chaturanga. Right, slide our hands forward, tuck our chin to your chest. Breathe into that backside body. Good, swim those hands back. Lift those feet if you like. Hook the thumbs, press the palms to the ceiling. Lift the chin. Excellent, release. Draw your hands underneath shoulder heads. Press it back, child's pose. Sit bones pressing back towards your heels. Good. Press it forward, tuck those toes, lift our hips. Downward facing dog. Shake up that head. Feel free to keep those knees bent here if you'd like. Drive your hips behind you. Then when you're ready, lift those hips. Lengthen the legs. And when you're ready, melt your heels towards the floor. Shake out that head. Good. Take a beautiful breath. Gently walk our hands back towards our feet. Grab that block here. Lift that floor to you. Shake out that head. Good. Inhale, rise halfway up. Reach through that crown. Wiggle out your toes. Press through your heels. Lift all the way up. Arms reaching overhead. Exhale, hands melt through heart center. Inhale, arms reach back up. Hook our thumbs, hinge to the left. Press down through the inside edges of your feet. Come back to center, hinge to the other side. Good, come back to center, cactus arms. Lift that gaze, reach those arms up, swan dive down. Shake out that head. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Good, take a beautiful breath. Exhale it out. Melt your knees. Good, and come up onto those knees. Shrug those shoulders. All right, we're going to step that left foot forward. Bend that left knee. Lower into a nice low lunge. Beautiful breath. Good. Have those blocks handy. Lift the floor to you if you'd like. Pull your hips back. Bow forward. Flex that left heel. All right, the more you have your hands walking back toward your hips, the more support you'll have. Good, let's release, step that left leg back, right? Come on up, shrug those shoulders. Step your right foot forward. Lower back, lower down into a lunge. Beautiful breath. Good, we're gonna send those hips back. Flex that right heel, bow forward. Good, one more breath. Excellent. And step that right foot back. Sweep the hips. All right, so here we go. We're going to add on and get a little bit more active. So hopefully you're starting to feel warmed up. All right, so let's bring it into plank, modified plank. Reach through that crown. All right, nice long spine, beautiful breath. Let's lower down. Good, feel free to keep those knees bent. If you like, swing those arms forward, tuck your chin to your chest. Spin those hands all the way right back. Maybe grab one ankle at a time. Pressing those knees together. Let's flex the heels. Good. Take a beautiful breath. Loop the shoulders, lift the heart. And hopefully you feel that stretch right across your quadriceps. Beautiful breath. Good. One more breath. Keep squeezing the knees. Excellent. Let's release. Send it back, child's pose. Hands underneath shoulder pads. Press it up. All right. Walk onto those knees. Loop the shoulders. All right. Shift your weight into your right knee. Step your left leg forward. Bend that left knee. Great job. Tuck that back right toe. Right? Take a beautiful breath. Nice and stable in that front left heel. Let's lift up and pivot right heel down. Opening warrior two. Beautiful breath. Good. One more. Excellent. Lengthening that front left leg. Reach forward triangle. Right? Tip it. Left hand on that left knee. You can slide down that left thigh. Fingertips are reaching. Right hand reaching towards the ceiling. Beautiful breath. Let's bring that right here. The right hand reaches back up to the sky. Pull that imaginary rope. Bend that left knee, warrior two. Get nice and low. Good, beautiful breath. Well done. Pinwheel those arms forward. Pivot your right toe forward. Nice low lunge. Take a gorgeous breath. Exhale it out. Left hand comes to the inside of that left leg. We're going to toe heel that left foot out. Good. Gentle rock. Excellent. Bend that right knee, lower it down to the floor, and then bend that left knee, drawing that heel towards the tail. Good. Gorgeous breath here. If you like, press down through that right hand, sweep that left arm back, twist open. Once again, that left hand can grab your right ankle. Let's release. Bring that left hand back forward. Right? That right hand's on the inside of that left foot. We're going to tuck that back right toe, lift the hips, and peel it open. Right? Draw this left hip crease back. Good. One more breath. Excellent. Melt that left hand down. Send that left leg back. Plank, modified plank. Reach through the crown. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Good. Right? Bend those knees if you like. Swim our hands forward. Sweep them around. Hook the thumbs. Loop the shoulders back and down. If you like, grab those ankles. Squeeze the knees. Flex the heels. Now, if you like, as you squeeze those knees together, press your shins towards the wall behind you, lifting. Good. One more breath. Let's release. Send your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. Swell job. Hands underneath shoulder heads. Where did swell come from? I don't know. Walk those hands forward. Sweep those hips. Good. Tuck those toes. Lift those hips downward facing dog. Shake out that head. Walk our hands back towards our feet. Forward fold. Let's shake out that head again. Inhale, rise halfway up. Pause here. Shift your weight back into your heels. Wiggle out those toes. Press to the heels. Come all the way up. Good. Hinge to the right. Press to the inside edges of your feet. Hinge left. Bring it back to center, cactus arms. Lift that heart. Good. And swan dive down. Shake out that head. Well done. Right, walk your hands forward. Take a beautiful breath. Pull your hips behind. Exhale it out. Good. Mount those knees to the floor. Come on up. Press pressing down into those knees, lift those shoulders, and then shrug those shoulders back and down. Let's step the right foot forward this time, right? So right foot comes forward, nice low lunge. Beautiful breath. Exhale it out. Good, one more. All right, lift that left knee, right? You lift that lunge a little bit. Take a gorgeous breath. Pivot your left heel down. Open up warrior two. Beautiful breath. Right? We keep breathing. Good. Let's lengthen that front right leg. Right? Tip forward. We're going to start to lean forward, coming to triangle. Right hand can slide down that right leg if you like. Left hand reaches to the ceiling. Right? We come into that triangle posture. Take a beautiful breath with that gaze. Good. One more breath. Leaning back into the posture, lifting that gaze. Let's bend that right knee again. Warrior two. Maybe we lower down, get a little deeper. Great job. Beautiful breath. Now we're going to pinwheel those arms forward. Pivot that back left foot. Toe heel that right foot out. So it comes to the outside edge of your mat. Take a gorgeous breath here. Melt that left knee down, right? And bend that left knee. Good. Left hand here. Feel free to use that block. Lift the floor to that left hand, right? What we're going to do is we're going to pinwheel that right arm back. Maybe grab the ankle, right? Flex the heel, right? Open up that right shoulder and press the floor away from your body. Let's take a beautiful breath here. Good. Release that right hand, tuck that back left toe, and lift the left knee, right? Now we're going to bring this left hand to the inside of that right foot a bit. Draw this right hip crease back and peel it open. And hopefully you feel that nice stretch in your right piriformis. Let's take a gorgeous breath. Great job. Last breath. Right hand melts. Good. Now step your right foot back into plank. Come down to the knees for modified plank. Reach through that crown. Take a gorgeous breath. Let's lower down chaturanga. Right? Slide your hands forward. Bend your knees if you want. Swing those hands back. Maybe grab those ankles. Right? Flex the heels. Feel those knees squeeze together. Maybe loop those shoulders back and down. Lift that gaze. And if you like, press your shins towards the wall behind you. Keep breathing. Good. Let's lower down. Send it back, child's pose. Send your sit bones back to your heels and bow. Right? And maybe you're just surrendering a little bit more of your ego, letting go of your expectations, letting go of your worries, your concerns. Right? We have a lot of them right now. Right? So just breathe in God's grace. It's there for the taking. He's offering it freely to all of us. So just breathe in and open your body enough. Open your mind and your heart enough to receive it. Right? And that can be tough on a day where you feel like you're in a deep valley. Right? So open yourself up to breathe in His goodness. All right. Hands underneath shoulder heads. Let's walk it forward. Sway those hips, one side to the other. Let's go through that one more time. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Shake out that head. Great job. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Shake out that head. Good. Softness in the knees, your weight's back in your heels. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, press to the heels, lift all the way up. Good. Hook the thumbs, hinge right. Press down through the inside edges of your feet. Maybe you found a little bit more room to hinge just a millimeter more to the right. Bring it back to center, hinge left. Keep breathing. Good, bring it back to center. Hands to your heart center. Now place your right hand on your heart, left hand over, right? Feel your weight shift back into those heels and just close your eyes for a moment. Feeling the rhythm of your heart beating and breathe in His grace. Settle your mind, calm your mind, calm your heart, calm your body. All right, inhale, arms sweep up. Good, grab those imaginary ropes, tether to the sky, shift your weight to your left foot, lift your right knee. Take a beautiful breath, extend that right leg, and step it forward into a lunge. Good, take a beautiful breath, pivot the left heel down, open up warrior two. Let's lengthen that right leg, tip your left hip back, reach forward through that right hand. Right hand slides down that right leg to the floor of the block, and we tip over like a teapot, right? We lift that heart center, we lean back into the posture. We feel our shoulder blades hugging the spine here as we press down through that right great toe. Beautiful breath. Let's frame that left ear. Good, one more breath. Left hand mounts, tugging that right foot out, heading your left toe forward, coming down to a nice low, gosh, I can't think of my words today. Lizard pose, that's what I wanted. We're gonna bend that left knee, right? Or excuse me, lower that left knee down and then bend the heel, or bend the knee, so you're drawing your heel back towards that tail. Press down through your right heel. If you like, one arm reaches up, maybe two, right? And we're gonna reach back. Beautiful breath. Good, let's release. Bring this left hand to the inside of your right foot, tuck that back left toe, lift that left knee, draw your right hip crease back, and peel it open. Good, one more breath. Excellent, bring that right hand down, right? Melt that left knee again. Now, you can keep that left knee lifted as well and come down to those elbows. Right? Maybe there's a gentle rock. Maybe you want to lower that left knee. We're going to bring that right shoulder underneath your right knee, right? And we're just going to lean into it a little bit. Now you can flex that right heel, wiggle out your toes. I don't know if you can see my right toes here. And then bring those hips back. Flex that right heel, bow forward. Right hand's going to come to the outside of that right foot, right? Soften that right knee, toe heel the foot into center, right? So now your right knee is right in the center of the body. We're going to pull the hips back again, flex that right heel, and walk your left hand to the outside of your right leg. One more breath. Release, soften that right knee, and step your right leg back. Plank, modified plank. Take a gorgeous breath. Let's lower down chaturanga. Right? Slide our hands forward, drop our chins for your chest. Swim our hands back. Right? Bend your knees, maybe grab those ankles if you like. Squeeze the knees, flex the heels, loop the shoulders, take a gorgeous breath. You can always use a strap here as well around those ankles, and the hands can grab the ends of the strap Take a gorgeous breath. Squeeze the knees, maybe press your shins towards the wall behind you. Lifting through that heart. Good, let's release. Right, and send your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. Slide their hands underneath our shoulder heads, press it up, walk your hands forward, tuck those toes, lift those hips. Shake out that head. Good, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Right, shake out the head, yes. Shake out your head, no. Shift your weight back into the heels. Inhale, rise halfway up. Good, wiggle out those toes again. Press through the heels, lift all the way up. Hook the thumbs, gently hinge one side. Press through the inside edges of your feet. Bring it back to center, all the way over to the opposite side. Good, bring it back to center. Grab those imaginary ropes tethered to the sky. This time, you're going to shift your weight into your right foot. Lift that left knee. Extend that left heel and step it forward into a lunge, right? Beautiful breath. Let's pivot the right heel down. Open up warrior two. And lengthen that front left leg. Tip your right hip back as your left hand reaches forward. Left hand finds the leg, slides down to the block or the floor. Open up that heart, lean back into the posture. Let's frame that right ear. Good, right hand melts. Right, pivot that right toe forward, toe heel that left heel out. Coming into that lizard posture, right? Gentle and rock. Bend that left knee. Right? We're going to bend that, or excuse me, lower your right knee, bend your right knee, draw the heel towards the tail. Now pressing down through this left heel, you're going to rise on up. Open up that heart. Sweep those hands forward. Find that floor again. Feel free to keep that right knee on the floor or lift it. We're going to lower down to those elbows. Now, if you'd like, lift the floor to you by using that block, right? And then resting maybe your elbows on the block. All right, so as we lower them down, we're going to take a beautiful breath. Feel free to stay right here. If you'd like, take that left shoulder, stick it underneath your left knee, right? Take a beautiful breath. We're going to lean into that. Just opening up that left hip a little bit more. Right? Beautiful breath. You're smiling, even though you're looking like a pretzel. All right, let's bring it back to center. Take a gorgeous breath. Walk your hands underneath your shoulder heads. Come halfway up. Right? Pull your hips back. Flex your left heel. And draw this left hip crease back. Good. Soften that left knee. Toe heel that left foot in. So it's in the center of your body. Left hand comes to the outside. We're going to take a gorgeous breath again here. Right? Nice little lunge. Right? Use your blocks here if you'd like. Then pull your hips back, reflex the heel. This time that right hand is going to come across all the way over to that front left corner. Good. One more gorgeous breath. Excellent. Walk your hands back to center. Soften that left knee, right? Step it back. Plank, modified plank. Gorgeous breath here. Inhale, breathe. Let's lower down chaturanga. Now maybe you're ready to come up into Cobra. If you'd like, you can bend those knees, reaching for your toes. You're still pushing your body away from the floor. Good, let's release. Send your hips back towards your tail, child's pose. And maybe you want to walk your hands to the left. And walk your hands to the right. Now we're going to bring those hands back to center. We're going to get a little bit deeper on those side back flanks. So if you have a couch cushion or a bolster, go grab that. We're going to set it down so it's parallel with our mat, on top of our mat. And then we're going to bring our knees right to the back edge of the bolster or the cushion. And then position our knees so that they are perpendicular, right? If you know you have a really tight back left flank, you may want to position your knees a little bit closer at an angle instead of perpendicular. So your knees would come in a little closer towards the bolster. All right? So listen to your body first and the directive second. These are just suggestions. And since I'm not there to help assist you in seeing how your body is positioning, you're going to have to really listen to your body first, right? And always caution, always err on the side of caution, I should say. So it's better to not push it, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is you're going to walk your hands over to the left. So your hands are going to straddle that cushion or the bolster, and you're going to lay on down. Right now, if you'd like, you're going to turn that left ear into the bolster and just rest. Now, as we soften here, you may notice that this bothers your neck, so you may need to turn your head to the left instead of the right. Right? But what we want to do here is just give this opportunity to open up while we're warm. Right? And you can walk those hands away from the body, and that's going to help as well. So we want to breathe here for at least 4 more breaths. All right? And then slide your hands up underneath the shoulder heads. And we're going to come on to the other side. So you're going to walk your hands back towards the knees, right? And then position your knees to the opposite side. All right, so this time, your left hip is perpendicular to the bolster. If you know that that right side flank is a little tight, you may want to angle yourself so your knees are a little bit closer towards that cushion. Okay? And we're going to walk our hands so that they frame that cushion. Slowly lower it down. Maybe start with your right head, or excuse me, your head turned to the right. And then notice how that feels. If you feel like you have a little bit more space there, maybe turn your head now to the left. If that bothers your neck at all, turn your head back towards the right. Maybe walk that right hand away from the body. That left hand can help and hold and assist that right hand. Good. One more breath. I'm sorry, we've got about 5 more breaths here. That's a beautiful inhale. Let's pause at the top of the breath. And then slowly exhale out. And maybe at the base of the breath, you lift that pelvic floor. Inhaling once again, letting those ribs really expand. Good, and then we're going to slide that right hand back underneath the shoulder heads, press it on up, okay, untwist, and there we go. So now we're going to use that bolster in another fashion. So let's bring that bolster behind us, all right, and you can use it to sit on in a squat. Now, just kind of depending on how you're feeling, right? You may want to keep your toes pointing forward and just kind of sit down into that squat here. We can curve over our knees, getting a nice big backside stretch, right? If you notice that you don't need that bolster, you can push it away, or if you'd like, you can flip it over onto that side, lifting it a little higher, right? Or you can flip it all the way up into that top edge, giving yourself a little bit more support, right? It's not going to fully collapse underneath you, and you can reach forward. So find what works best for you, right? We're going to reach forward. Great job. Then we're going to place our hands underneath our shoulder heads, lift the hips, and again, now that we're going to toe heel those feet out, right? So the feet are straddling the edges of the mat. We're going to tip the hips to the left and tip the hips to the right. And again, you can use that bolster here to lift that floor to you and tip and hinge, right? And just kind of sweep those hips from one side to the other. Now we're going to tip the hips to the right, and we're going to press down through the inside edges of the feet, right? And your bolster's there to lift the floor to you. And then we're going to bring the hips back to center and tip the hips to the left. Now, as the hips tip left, press down through the inside edges of your feet. And hopefully, not only will you feel it in the inside of that right thigh, you also feel it on the outside of that left hip. Looks like the sun is trying to peek through the clouds, friends. That's always a good sign. Let's bring those hips back to center, right? Now the heels are going to come in, the toes are going to point out, and we're going to lower it down into a squat. Now, your squat may be right here, maybe it's lifted up, right? It doesn't matter where it is, you just want to feel the stretch. So when you're ready, you're going to lower those hips down. If you like, you can always bring that bolster behind, right? Again, lift the floor to you, letting those hips sink and lifting that crown, right? Pulling those shoulders back and down. If you like, you can lower down to that next level, maybe lift up into that next level, and then bring the elbows inside the knees, right? Just coming into that squat, exhaling out. If you like, those arms can reach forward and you can hinge forward. Good, and release with those shoulders, right? Walk your hands behind. If you'd like, lift those hips, toe heel the feet together, and then lower the hips back down to the floor. We're going to lower onto the mat, coming into your favorite version of Shavasana, right? One of the ones I like most, bringing that bolster where it's perpendicular with my mat, right to the base of my hips. That way my lower back can be supported and my upper back can be draped over, opening up my shoulders. Right? So I can place a block behind my head, lifting that floor to my head, and just open up those arms. Right? You can always bring the pads of the feet together, let the knees open up nice and wide, and breathe. Right? And we just come into a posture of receiving. Right? When we're struggling, when we're having difficult days, It takes a lot of practice, a lot of mindfulness to open up your mind, your heart, and your body to receive. Because when we're struggling, we feel as if we have to release the frustration and the anger and all that build up hostility, right? And that's usually an indication, more than anything else, that we're emptied out and we need to receive. Let's pause for a moment and just breathe in. Letting that heart center open and giving yourself the gift of breathing in, receiving God's grace. So what is grace? How would you define it? Right? For me, it's a way of giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. Right? So even though I'm not worthy of receiving more love, more compassion, I allow myself to receive it because our God wants to offer it to us so that we have more peace, more light, more comfort in our lives. So friends, I suggest staying there for a few more breaths, breathing in. I wanted to read yesterday's devotion. I liked it so much that I wanted to share it, and not only my chair class, but also my floor. So please feel free to stay in that Shavasana posture and just breathe, and maybe let the words or a phrase or an image invoked by the reading just sink and kind of wash over you even. My beloved, I am the light from on high that dawns upon you to give light to those who sit in darkness. Sometimes your circumstances are so difficult and confusing that you feel as if you're surrounded by darkness. Your mind offers up various solutions to your problems, but you've already tried them without success. So you fret and wonder what to do next, feeling helpless and frustrated. At times like this, you need to look up and see my light shining down upon you. Gaze at me in childlike trust, resting in my presence. Let go of problem solving, even just for a while. Beloved, my child, cease striving and know that I am God. Cease striving and know that I am God. As you relax in my presence, remember that I am the Prince of Peace. The more of me you absorb, the more peaceful you will be. Breathe me in with each breath. After resting with me for a while, tell me about your troubles, trusting me to help you. Use all the words, all the feelings associated with those troubles, those pains, those hurts. And when there's no more words, just rest in His presence. Stay close to me, and I will guide your feet on the way forward to peace. Friends, feel free to stay here. When you're ready, return to simple seated posture. Know that I'm thinking about you. I'm sending my love, my prayers. Friends, may you find peace today. Namaste.